Hey guys, back another video. Now no, I said I was going to do a few of these videos with the red hair, but I'm lazy. So, and again, I don't think my place of work will be okay with me having red in my hair. So, sorry to say, this is going to be the only other video. There's only going to be 3 videos with me with red hair, but at least I did say, I'm a man of my word. Why am I trying to defend this? I can do what I want on my channel. So yeah, this is going to be the last video with me having like red in my hair until the 100th subscriber video where I dye my hair fully blue. Where it will be full and it won't just be like looking like freaking highlights and shit. This video will surround Cartoon Network. Why not? It's mainly about this. You remember whenever they had those Cartoon Network movie events, they always had little sketches or whatever they're called, bumpers I guess, where it's the cartoon characters in the movie theater watching the movie. There's a pin I found, and I love this because it's so true. Where it looks, you look at it in the early 2000s, the 90s early 2000s movie theater where it's packed full of cartoon characters. You look at it today, there's barely anyone's in the theater. And here's why. This is a problem with me in Cartoon Network. They push so many 3 of the same show. Old Cartoon Network at least tried so many topics. They had so many shows. This cat. I'm not gonna list them all, but if you find this pin, you'll know what I mean. There were so many cartoon characters bouncing off each other. For God's sake, Hanna-Barbera had enough to make a cartoon Olympics teams out of so many of them. There's a difference between... No, there are good cartoons. Steven Universe and their spin-off Steven Universe Future, The Amazing World of Gumball, and that's it. Regular show was a good show. They were there. But the thing is, they were so busy pushing these good shows, which I do not mind. If a show is working, you push it. You give it the attention. You keep working with that show. But the problem is, to me at least, they didn't try anything else. And even if they did, it was only for like 2 episodes. Or something, like a week they'd have the episodes, then done. And also a lot of the time it was off of other channels, like mainly Boomerang or Toonami, after they went down. After that kind of station, that run thing went out with Toonami. I say this. Cartoon Network of yesterday definitely had a lot more encouraging and a lot more branching cartoons to where everyone had something they liked and around every hour. Cartoon Network of today has a lot of bad animated shows, but a few of them are still very good. But of course you have the bolt ones like the frickin' OKKO, the frickin' Teen Titans Go. You'll have the Black Sheep, you'll have the Dark Side. That's why you always have to appreciate when you see an episode of Gumball or an episode of Steven Universe. I will admit I'm not the biggest Steven Universe fan, but I do know that show is awesome. It wouldn't still be going today. That show's like what, 10 years old? It came out in 2010 at least. It survived for 10 years. That has got to be one of the longest running modern day cartoons I've ever seen. And that's impressive. That they can keep this kind of a premise going. It's just so much fun to see cartoons last this long. I mean, regular show, that definitely lasted longer than a lot of people expected it would. But when it comes to, like, shows that'll become... Here's the question. Will people remember stuff like Powerpuff Girls and Samurai Jack over Gumball and Steven? Probably because those shows lasted a longer time and reruns and that kind of stuff. I mean, for God's sake, Samurai Jack got the Season 6 wrap-up of a more adult series. But that's not to say that people won't remember Steven Universe or Gumball any less. I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I guess I'm just trying to come up with off the top of my head. Let's see if I can also think of this. With cartoons of yesterday, you had a lot more guts, I guess, to write some of this stuff, since modern day cartoons, you're not going to see a lot of blood. You're not going to see a lot of impact, I guess, in the fighting scenes with superhero cartoons. Because with, like, Justice League, even Powerpuff Girls, Samurai Jack, when they fought, and I have never watched Samurai Jack, and I wish to God now I got into it as a kid. Even with the old, especially with the old Teen Titans, when they had fight scenes, you felt every punch. Because it was that stiff, it was that impactful. With modern day cartoons, if they ever have a fight scene, they don't seem as stiff as that kind of cartoon. And yes, it is basically the art style of it, which I'll say this one show I'm glad has kind of fallen under the radar and kind of been forgotten is Thundercats Roar. I don't know if that show's still going to happen, but I'm just thankful to God that that show kind of died out after the trailer. Maybe we'll pull a Sonic the Hedgehog and actually re-release the show with good animation. Because people think that Paramount released that horrible Sonic trailer just to get people talking about the movie when they secretly had the whole movie with the new design made already. They just made that little one trailer with that awful animation, which I'll say that's an evil genius idea to do that. But yeah, I'm thankful that show has just kind of vanished out of to thin air because it was awful. It was just awful. While I'm here, let me talk about I had 2 pop figures. Let me get them. You've seen them. I want to talk about this topic. The live-action Mulan movie, where we won't see him in... This isn't the look we'll see in the movie, I believe. But I'll say this. For what it seems, that movie looks freaking awesome. If you can't tell, this is Mulan pop figures. That was Lee Shang I threw. That movie looks awesome. Probably, I'm positive that movie will go down as one of Disney's better live-action remakes. Because it's not trying to be this Mulan. It's not trying to be the animated movie remade into live action. They're actually following the actual story of the Mulan mythology, I guess. Because I don't know if this actually happened or not. Legend, I guess I should say, instead of mythology. And I like that idea. I like that they're not trying to be the animated movie. I've always said that about the live-action Disney movies. They're not trying to be the animated movie. They're their own thing. But out of all of them, some have failed, some have been decent, some have been good. I say Mulan will probably be the best one they got. Will it be sad not to see like a live action make a man out of you? Probably, because that song is awesome. And the idea of Mushu as a phoenix instead of a dragon, kind of weird, but hey, nothing we can't get behind. I mean, for God's sake, we've gotten used to so much other crap. And a little... This reminds me of the multi-theory video. A little update on my theory, or my opinion on the coronavirus. I still say it'll fade away. But when I hear all the deaths that have been happening, it is making me just 2% more nervous out of 100. I still do not fear this thing. I don't fear it. I don't sweat it. I'm not going to overreact to it. But I have seen on the news like deaths about it. I've seen all of it. But let's think about this for a second, okay? Even with the deaths, let's think about it. You start off with a headache. Their symptoms apparently are coughing, sneezing, and a stomachache. It just seems like I never want to sound like an a-hole on these kind of topics, but I always end up I always end up sounding like one, I guess. The coronavirus, I still believe, will pass. People will stop freaking out about it. Maybe not a month, I still believe in short time, maybe mid-time, like a month and a half, maybe 2. I don't know. All I do know is I still believe that this will fade away. We'll forget about it until the next year where something else will pop up out of nowhere. but I still say don't overreact. Don't go crazy. Don't like stock up on food and that kind of stuff. With some places, probably, yeah, it is a good idea to stock up on food because then you don't have to spend money constantly going out. But I don't... It's a weird topic to talk about, you know what I mean? It's just weird. Anyway, set up this. Back to the original idea. Back to the originality of this, where this is... Where, I believe... Mainly, when it comes to back to cartoons, God, I got very sidetracked with multi-topics. Cartoons of today, I do say they suck, but they don't suck in the reasons you'd think. I just don't like the bland and half-assed animation style. I don't like the art. I'm positive they're good if you actually can get into it. If you're very little. And I'm not trying to diss this for being a little kid's cartoon show. I'm dissing the fact that Cartoon Network's trying not to show more... I'm not going to say adult, like not Spawn HBO adult, because that's HBO, and oh my god, I'll make a video on that series. Like, I watched season 1, and Jesus. I guess what I'm saying is Cartoon Network hasn't exactly made good attempts to try to make more grown-up kids cartoons. It's more dumbing down to like the kid videos you get recommended for on YouTube sometimes for some reason. Like Teen Titans, can be built if you watch like the intro and like the first few like clips, you'll see it as like a kid show. But when you get down into it, it is sometimes aged at such more older audiences. Sometimes like so many arcs, some is what draws people in. I'm not saying like cancel these. I'm saying just do a fine mixture. Find a good mix of having your kid shows, but also having your more adult kids shows. Like they did with Toonami. If you can, just bring back the Toonami hour or something. Just bring that back. A whole hour. Even if it's just like midday or something. Just bring back the Toonami idea. Where it's more anime. Where it's more adult kind of stuff. Where it's more dramatic shows or something like that. I don't know how to describe it. All I know is, you guys can interpret what I'm saying. Anyway, it's a video. Hope you enjoyed the few videos of me with red hair. The 3 that are existing, I guess. But, yeah, I don't think work will allow this, so, yeah. Later.